What's up? Welcome to the Yellow Line Garage channel. I'm Roy, and this is our first long form video on YouTube. Today we're just doing some cleanup on this cheap Subaru Forester that I bought. Third gen 2010, clean title. Very minor rust on it, and about 301,000 kilometers. I don't know how many eagles per line that is, but I will put it in the video. So yeah, we're gonna just do a little cleanup on this. Further forward, we'll have some project cars coming on here. I have a couple cars that I need to work on. We'll be doing a lot more stuff, but yeah, let's get into our first video. So this is the introduction here to the Forester. Just having a look around it. The reason why I'm voicing over actually is because my mic died 6 minutes into filming, sadly. And I just had to redo the entire audio clip. So here goes nothing. So the parts that matter most on this car are in great condition. Engine, transmission, drivetrain, the all-wheel drive system is perfect. No issues found there. However, there was a slight bit of rust on the door jamb on the driver's side, and there was a little bit on the top of the roof, like just above the glass. And other than that, it was in almost mint condition. Obviously, just a little dirty and needed a good cleanup. So that's what we're gonna get done in this video. It did come with 2 sets of tires, all seasons and winters. Winters are almost brand new, so also a great deal there. There was a lot of stains on the interior. It was a bit of like, I wouldn't call it molding, but like the yeah, it was getting bad on the front carpet. It was getting bad, but I'm gonna try my best to take care of that. The front seats were in the best condition. I'd say like maybe like a 4 out of 10, but the rear seats were a 9 out of 10. They were almost perfect. The battery was brand new. It cranked right up every time. Never had an issue there. The sound system was okay, decent for a Forester, I guess. The AC was another aspect that wasn't so good. It didn't work, and we were either gonna fix it or not. I decided not to. It had the full panoramic roof with the automatic sunshade as well, and roof rack. I was told it needed some brakes as well, but I was actually provided front brake pads with the car. So again, that's another plus. That was just a quick job that I took about like 10 minutes to do and swap those over. I didn't even bother to film it actually. When I first got the car, I was doing some research and I went on YouTube and I found this channel called Soft Roading the West, who had built the exact same spec model. I think his was 1 year older than mine, but he turned the exact same car into an off-roader or overlander. And I was actually interested in doing the same thing with this one. However, for what I paid for it, I realized I could make a decent flip on it. So I decided to just clean it up and see what I could get for it on the market, which turned into a 3x flip. And though I'm not going to reveal the prices as yet, I will reveal it later. But I was pretty excited about the overlanding build. I was already looking at lift kits, all-terrain tires, skid plates, cutting up bumpers, you name it. I was already looking to it. I was looking at trail lights, everything, but yeah. I actually took what I made on this car and I invested it into a kit for the Z that should be here in about 20 days or so. It's coming from across the ocean, so it's taken a while, but that's already on the way. I first removed all the excess items that were left over in the cars and all the bags, umbrellas, a bunch of grocery bags, a lot of change in the cup holder. Although about $5 out of there. Guess made a little money back right off the bat if you count it. uh, yeah, just finding a bunch of random stuff inside there, a bunch of items that mm, just make no sense, but that is what it is. After I pulled out all those items and got the car empty, I brought the vacuum in and just got out as much dust, dirt, and debris as possible with the vacuum, pull all of it out, and then I brought in the spray and scrubber and I started scrubbing on the seats. Started try the steam cleaning, as good as it was, because my steam cleaner's not the best, but it did make a difference after a while. But I had to do it a few times. Steam the vents, the entire center console. I actually pulled it right out and removed it and washed it outside of the car because it was like it was cake with coffee or whatever buildup was in there, and yeah, it was just doing it in the car was not gonna make any difference. The back seat, as I said, was almost mint, so there wasn't really much to do there. In the trunk, I scrubbed the floor, the cover of the spare tire, and just gave it a quick vacuum, and that actually turned out pretty nice as well. There were a few slight stains on the roof because the entire interior is like that very light brown tan, light tan color. Um, with the roof, I tried my best as well, but wasn't really gonna make a difference at that point without pulling it all the way down, and I wasn't gonna do that at this time. I washed all the carpets and the rubber mats. Uh, I did put the rubber mats back in, but not the actual carpet mats because I just didn't want to sacrifice them again. But they turned out pretty well after I scrubbed them, washed them, brushed them out. It was pretty good. The rear end of the car, as I said, wasn't bad, but the front, where the main passengers are, where the main driver and main passenger are, were the worst, and I had to do as much as I could up there. Now, what looks like about a few minutes or seconds to you is actually hours out of my day. It took me quite some time, about 3 to 4 hours, to get this cleaned up because of how bad it was, but it did turn out pretty well. Obviously, not perfect because I don't have the proper detailing equipment to get it to near mint condition, but I did my best on it and it came out a lot better than it was before, almost night and day pretty much. This is after cleaning the driver floor carpet a few times. Believe me, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was before. Passenger side still needed some cleaning done, and the center console was about to come out. Well, sadly, I didn't get enough after videos or images, and the car's already gone. But once I had finished the cleanup and listed it, it was sold like the next afternoon. I had listed it the prior morning, and I sold the other afternoon. Um, Numbers. So I got the car for 400 bucks. It was in perfect running driving condition with barely any flaws on it. I listed it and it sold for 1400 bucks. Although not huge number wise, but that's actually over 3x, 300% profit margin. Who can complain, right?